There are few things that connect people as much as sharing a meal or cooking family recipes for one another. In Canada, people from all over the world share their stories, culture, and cherished recipes in the incredible array of dishes that they serve and prepare for their friends, neighbors, and clients. Eastern European communities have long been introducing their favorite family recipes all across Canada, becoming a prominent culinary presence in the country. By 1960s, most Canadian stores carried pierogies, a type of Eastern European dumpling, as they started to become somewhat of a staple in Canadian gastronomy. Today, you may find this intricate and delicious cuisine in many corners of Canada, where each and every restaurant owner prides himself in presenting family traditions and recipes to his clients. Today, we're visiting a restaurant that proudly curates a diverse menu of Eastern European dishes with a special selection of Russian family recipes. Their absolute childhood favorites, the golubtsi and panchiki, are on the menu along with some of the most iconic dishes of the ex-USSR countries. Their signature dish, after which the very restaurant is named, stroganoff, is cooked according to its long-standing traditions. Doesn't this look like a feast? And what do we have here today?
Это цыпленок табака. Это очень популярное русское блюдо, которое готовится под прессом. Сначала цыпленок отбивается, потом жарится на сковородке в масле под прессом. Раньше его готовили под утюгом.
Yes, I've heard in the Soviet Union they didn't have a lot of cooking appliances, so they used actually hot iron for it, right? To get that interesting shape. Very interesting. All right. What do we have here?
This is бризол. Это телятина отбитая, внутри грибы с луком. Это молдавское блюдо.
These kind of look like latkes, but they're not.
Да, это латкис. Это картофельные панкейкс. Готовятся свежие. Это только когда люди заказали, когда натирают картошку, чтобы она была мягкая, сочная. Они были хрустящие, внутри мягкие.
And I guess this is the crown of the table.
Это наше фирменное блюдо, называется бифстроганов. Делается из тендерлойн, тоненько нарезается, жарится с луком, грибами и сливками и сметаной.
And this one in particular, it's very popular in Russia, isn't it?
Да, это гречка. Это очень популярное русское блюдо. Похоже на рис, но это не рис.
As you came up with the beef stroganoff idea to actually name the restaurant after it, is it your favorite dish?
Да, это наше самое favorite блюдо.
You may find traditional Russian cuisine in many different corners of Canada, passed on within families for generations. But it's not restricted to restaurants alone, as you may find new emerging culinary establishments that cater Russian dishes by means of personalized delivery. Prepared using Canadian farm-grown ingredients, these delicacies are cooked following the farm-to-table concept. We have visited Anastasia, who has showed us some of her favorite Russian recipes, which she makes for her loyal customers in close proximity to the Canadian farms, where she sources the ingredients from.
Hi!
Hello there, Sonia.
Hi, nice to meet you, Sonia. I'm Anna. Come on in.
Thank you.
Well, first I learned to cook is actually my grandma. And then back home in Russia, we had a class in school where girls and boys were separated. The boys were making, birdhouses, and girls were learning how to cook and so. So my first experience was actually pancakes. The most famous recipe and a dish that I actually cater is the big fat pancakes, but they're not like regular Canadian pancakes. They're sourdough pancakes. You actually have to make a sourdough for 2 days, which is so amazing. But that was my first dish. But cooking is my mom's actually passion. My mom has no idea how to cook. Probably that's why I know how. Well, look, I'm pretty well-rounded, so my food is good. The key thing in the food that I personally cook, and many of my friends do cook, is once again locally grown produce, right? Let it be meat, veggies, berries, or fruits. They have more vitamins. Like I am a true believer, you are what you eat. So I actually go to the farms. We're gonna have a chance to go to a farm market and probably farm. We're gonna see what I pick for my kitchen day, which is gonna be tomorrow, and what I'm gonna be cooking for my clients. And it's a wholesome, naturally grown ingredients. So I'm gonna do my shopping for tomorrow's kitchen, where I have the orders for my clients to cook. You guys are gonna see what's the local food market is all about. So everything is locally grown and natural. So here's the market. We're gonna go pick the strawberries first. It's probably the best strawberries that you ever tried.
Thank you.
Okay.
Hello. Hi. How are you? Good.
Okay. I can put it now, this guys, not to hurt anything. Just put them on top, and I'll carry that one.
Alrighty.
Okay, that's actually really, really good.
Yeah, it doesn't even have, if you bite it, I'm gonna like it. It's all red through.
Yeah. Wow.
It's good. I personally don't believe in organic. I think it's all about marketing, but naturally grown, it's a key thing. You do want to get something that it doesn't have any antibiotics, doesn't have a growth hormones, doesn't have any pesticides. So basically, less you take, less come out, and more of goodness stays inside. Feel the crunch of the bread. Honestly, I'm gonna use your own hands. Okay. Take it.
That's right.
Just rip a little piece. This is the perfect one. Look at the dough. Oh, smell it. It smells like a real bread. Because it's not a store-bought bread. Like, honestly, I do bake bread at home, but I can never get as close to Claudia's recipes. Try it. So that's as close as you get. It's so good.
I have to have another one.
I know, I told you, right? My favorite part about multiculturalism and cooking in Canada in particular is different dishes, different spices, different techniques, right? You can make, like, we're gonna be doing crepes today, right? Crepes we call in Russian blini, but then in French it's crepes, or in Canadian or American, which is English, right? That's pancakes. There is blintzes, there's gazillion names for the same recipe. That's what I like. And you always just alter just a little bit, and it's a totally different dish. So I'll be making crepes, or in Russian blini or blintzes. It's one of the most authentic Russian dishes that you can find in the Russian culinary tradition. You can find it also at any Russian table or at any special occasion. The recipe is really simple. All you need is a blender, but it's not a must. You can just use a spoon or fork just to blend your dough together. Really simple. You just pour all your ingredients all together. Here is oil, any vegetable oil, or you can use butter. It's 3 tablespoons. Then I have sugar, but once again, it's not necessary for the recipe. You can make it sugar-free, or if you're making a savory recipe, let's say not a sweet crepes, but something you want to serve with salmon or red caviar, that's what we do in Russia. We eat caviar. You just add a little bit of salt rather than sugar. Once again, it's to taste. Here I have 2 tablespoons. I just add it all together. Then I have here milk and water. You mix it in a proportion of half of milk to 1/4 cup of water. You just add it all together. I have 1 free-range egg, or any egg will do. That's not for the recipe. You add it to the blender. and 1 cup of flour, all-purpose flour. You can also make buckwheat crepes, you can make whole wheat crepes, you can make quinoa crepes. If you're gluten-free, it's all up to you. Just add it all together, close the lid, turn it on. Ooh. And it's gonna be, guys, really loud. You need to beam just for 10 seconds, starting at low and rise it all the way up. And that's it, your dough is done. So it's a consistency of buttermilk. I gonna put it in the refrigerator for an hour, but for you guys, I already have some prepared. So now we're gonna fry them. So now the pan is hot. It's really simple. You get about full one of those, guys. Pour it in and swirl it. I'm swirling like a pro. I even got a carpal tunnel syndrome now from baking the crepes. Meanwhile, I'm gonna put some butter. As my Grammy always said, butter cannot hurt a crepe or kasha. Kasha is a Russian cereal which is very popular for breakfast. You don't have to fold it. I like to fold it just for the beauty of it. Well, I don't have any particular traditions in the family, but obviously cooking from home, we rarely eat out. Like every time my family would go out, let's say to the restaurant, not to say they cook bad, I always get the same question, the same answer then, Mom, you cook better. So, that's flattering, thank you. But traditionally, always everything made from scratch. And I follow my granny recipes. I have like a special granny book, which I didn't even find. My mom gave it to me, which was really, really cute. Then I just Google it. And basically, probably like 80 to 85% of the dishes that I have on my catering menu will be with a Slavic, not Russian, Slavic background. So I try to keep that. So while I was talking, the other crepe is ready to turn. Just lift it gently on the edges with a fork. Ooh, and flip. And we're gonna wait for another 30 seconds. And we're gonna be done. So as you can see, making crepes are really easy. The beauty of it, you can always make a stack of it. Cool it and keep it in the fridge for kids' lunches or your own lunch, which is really handy. You just pick it up and you're done. You can freeze it for up to 2 months or in the refrigerator as is, just cover it with a food wrap. You can store it up to 2 weeks and it won't hurt the taste. Out of the recipe ingredients, you'll get approximately 6 to 8 crepes. So if you do want to double the recipe, you're more than welcome. I'll make a bunch at a time. My personal record was 150 in one sitting. So yeah, that's a pretty big big stack of crepes. And be careful, it's really burning. So. See, baking crepes are easy and simple, and that would be the last one for now, as I'll be filling them with quark or cottage cheese. Looking gorgeous, just love it. Just make sure that your pan is heated evenly. Sometimes I notice if I have a kitchen fan on, well, I have a gas stove, right? So the flames burn unevenly on one side. Oh, I just made a little hole, but it's okay. It still tastes great. 30 seconds are done. We're flipping it and we're done. Well, most of my clients actually do enjoy the Slavic background, and they are in fact of a Slavic background, but Canadians. I do have probably like about 10% who are Canadians with the other multicultural or other background, but they still would love to have some Slavic food because usually they're not going to cook it at home, right? We don't have any Slavic, Russian, Ukrainian, or any other type of restaurants here, even in Guelph or in Rockwood, North and Milton. So what are your options to try it? You Google my site and you find me, and I do cook. But catering particularly, sometimes I do get a lot of questions about French cooking, but French cooking for me is like, oh my God. No, I do French sauces, but that's pretty much it. So here you go, it's all done. The blends or crepes are ready. The nice stack of it, we're gonna be having it with smoked salmon. So it now. Also, as I was mentioning, the red caviar.
So that's the salmon roe.
Yeah, the salmon roe, exactly. It's lightly raw. And we also have the homemade quark, which has been sweetened. It's really good.
Also like the cottage cheese.
It is a cottage cheese, so tvarog, that's what it's called in Russian, or quark. In Canada, it's mainly called quark in the prairies rather than cottage cheese. Then I have some of my homemade preserve. I'm not gonna lift it and show it. You'll get a chance to try it. This is the raspberry one. It has no sugar to it. I literally made it a few days ago. All made from local strawberries that I buy from the market. This is the lingonberry, the favorite Russian, the one that every grandma will give you if you have a flu. And there is a fresh strawberry one. This is my daughter's favorite. It also has no sugar. And one of my mom's favorite, the black currant one. No Russian can resist it. I don't know why. I'm not a huge fan of black currants, but apparently there is. I also made just for you a baked milk cheese. Once you put it on the warm crepe, it melts. And it smells like condensed milk.
Wow, that's
it is really
cool.
nice. Yes. And you guys asked for Russian Coca-Cola, right? The Soviet Union Coca-Cola. It's called Kvass. We can open it up. Basically, what it is, it's something between root beer and beer. So it is fermented bread drink. It's really good and quenches the thirst, special on a hot day like this. Also, good kefir. All the kids, when I was little, I always remember my granny making blini and kefir, and you just add some jam, and it's like, oh my God, that was the perfect breakfast. And a little bit of baked milk as well. It's yogurt, so it's up to you what you like to try it out and experiment with Russian cuisine.
And I see the centerpiece of this table is the samovar.
Samovar,
that's right.
yes. That's the most precious thing that I have in the house now. This one is electrical, but the original one obviously was done with a fire, right? And there is the teapot is actually kept warm just because of the steam that escapes from the boiling water underneath. Well, I didn't really came up with a whole business idea. There is a farm-to-table movement in Ontario and Canada in general, or even in US. So basically, you go to the farm, you pick what you want, and you cook it at home. Simple as it is, and it's all natural. You know what you eat. Coming up with the idea, I had pretty much no choice. My older son, he got sick with asthma and allergies when we were living in Toronto. So I had to learn to cook everything from scratch. Obviously, no cheapsy, no McDonald's or whatnot, right? So we were doing like quark, we were doing yogurts from scratch, and I had to learn it. I never knew how to do it. So it's like my grandma used to make.
Okay, so take the crepe.
Yeah, be careful, it's buttery. Remember, the more butter, the tastier.
Perfect. Love that. All right, and then I put some caviar on. Fantastic.
You can roll it or fold it.
So I basically just roll it from here, right?
If you like to roll it like a
waffle,
right? I personally just fold it always in triangle, which this way I make sure no jam escapes.
Okay.
A trick of a trade.
All right, so I guess like that? Is that a triangle? Oh, okay. I'm gonna give it a try.
Tastes good.
It is. It's like perfect combination of savory and a little bit sweet.
Yeah.
Very good.
Even for my savory crepes, I like to eat just a little bit of sugar. It gives it that little, I can't even say what it is. It's just like my personal chef touch.
Definitely. Wow, it's delicious. Thank you so very much.
You're most welcome. Would you like to try some kvass now?
Yes.
Yeah, the famous one. So I give you the kvass drink. It's carbonated because of the yeast and natural fermentation. I'm not gonna pour the full thing, but you can definitely smell the rye bread.
That's right.
And it has some caramelized sugar for the color.
Very good. I like that actually. Well, I mean, it doesn't taste like Coca-Cola, but it's like this. It tastes very, very natural. I love it.
Natural,
Yes,
yeah.
really
It's close to root beer in taste, or it's like it is like a beer. It's the same fermentation idea, right? But there's no alcohol in it.
That's right.
However, if you leave it for a long time, you will get a buzz out of it. So the longer it stays, the more alcohol content because of the yeast that we'll observe or we'll get. The thing that keeps me happy is seeing happy people enjoying my food. Always the smile, and obviously I can. People have different tastes, right? You like it, I don't like it. There's a little bit of salt, there is a spice. I do understand it, right? That's why I like reviews, bad or good. Please write it so I cook for you guys, right? And that's the reason I need to hear it. Either good or bad. All good. Obviously, good is always better.
Despite living thousands of kilometers away from where they were born, people managed to recreate the atmosphere, culture, and beauty of home through maintaining their family's culinary traditions. All across Canada, you may find little cultural preservations of Russian food and traditions within family kitchens, restaurants, and festivals.